No, it will be tough, and you will still find the way to win.
Why do so many brilliant minds feel alone in a crowded world? Arthur Schopenhauer, the sharp-eyed philosopher of solitude, reveals a harsh truth. Society often fears deep thinkers because they expose uncomfortable realities. While most people cling to illusions for comfort, intelligent individuals see beyond the surface, leading to misunderstanding, resentment, and isolation. In this exploration, we'll uncover why intellect and loneliness so often go hand in hand, and how society's resistance to truth leaves deep thinkers wandering the edges of the crowd, forever outsiders in a world that prefers simplicity over depth. 1. The burden of uncommon insight. Intelligent people often feel isolated because their depth of thought sets them apart from the majority. Society operates on shared norms, superficial interactions, and collective beliefs, which deep thinkers frequently question. While most people find comfort in conformity, intelligent individuals see beyond these patterns, recognizing contradictions, illusions, and deeper truths. This heightened awareness creates a mental and emotional distance as they struggle to relate to those who don't share their level of scrutiny. Schopenhauer argued that the masses prefer comforting illusions over harsh realities, leaving the intelligent few alienated in their pursuit of truth. The more one thinks independently, the harder it becomes to engage in trivial or socially expected conversations, leading to a sense of solitude. 2. Society's hostility toward intellectual depth. Schopenhauer observed that society often fears and resents those who think deeply because they expose uncomfortable truths. Most people operate on autopilot, following traditions, trends, and inherited beliefs without questioning them. When an intelligent person challenges these norms, they are met with resistance, ridicule, or even hostility. The majority prefers the safety of ignorance over the discomfort of self-reflection, viewing deep thinkers as threats rather than allies. This creates a social barrier where intelligent individuals are either silenced or ostracized for their unwillingness to conform. The isolation they experience is not just loneliness, but a consequence of society's collective aversion to intellectual disruption. 3. The loneliness of authenticity. Intelligent people value authenticity, which is rare in a world dominated by social performance. Most interactions are transactional, driven by ego, status, or the need for validation. Deep thinkers, however, seek meaningful exchanges, discussions about philosophy, existential questions, or systemic flaws, topics that most avoid. Schopenhauer believed that true intellect requires solitude because superficial socializing drains the mind without offering real intellectual nourishment. As a result, intelligent individuals withdraw, not out of arrogance, but out of necessity. Their refusal to engage in hollow small talk further isolates them, as society interprets their silence as aloofness rather than a preference for substance. 4. The tyranny of mediocrity. Society often celebrates mediocrity while marginalizing brilliance. Schopenhauer noted that the average person feels threatened by those who surpass them in intellect, leading to envy or dismissal. Institutions, educational, corporate, even social circles, reward conformity over originality, making it difficult for deep thinkers to thrive. Intelligence disrupts hierarchies, challenges authority, and exposes incompetence, making it an unwelcome force in systems designed for control. The isolation intelligent people feel is not just social, but systemic. They are pushed to the fringes because their very existence questions the legitimacy of the status quo. 5. The pain of unshared perspectives. One of the greatest sorrows of intelligence is the inability to share one's worldview with others. Deep thinkers see patterns, consequences, and hypocrisies that most overlook. But when they try to articulate these insights, they are often misunderstood. Schopenhauer described this as a form of imprisonment. The more one knows, the harder it is to communicate it to those who lack the same depth. This frustration leads to self-imposed isolation, as intelligent individuals realize that most conversations will never reach the level of understanding they crave. The resulting loneliness is not just about being alone, but about being surrounded by people with whom genuine connection feels impossible. 6. The paradox of intellectual independence. While intelligence grants independence of thought, it also removes the comfort of belonging. Schopenhauer emphasized that most people derive happiness from herd mentality, shared beliefs, collective rituals, and group identity. Intelligent individuals, however, resist such mental dependence, making them perpetual outsiders. Their refusal to blindly follow trends, ideologies, or dogmas means they rarely fit in. This independence is liberating, but comes at the cost of social alienation. The more they cultivate their minds, the more they realize how few people truly understand them, reinforcing their solitude. 7. The misinterpretation of intelligence as arrogance. Society often mistakes intelligence for arrogance, further deepening the isolation of deep thinkers. When someone speaks with precision, questions irrational norms, or refuses to engage in mindless chatter, they are labeled as condescending or elitist. Schopenhauer argued that this is a defense mechanism. The average person interprets intellectual confidence as a personal attack. Rather than engaging with challenging ideas, they dismiss the thinker as pretentious. This misjudgment forces intelligent individuals into silence, as any attempt to express their thoughts is met with resentment. The isolation, then, is not self-chosen, but imposed by a society unwilling to confront its own intellectual limitations. 8. The solitary path of truth seekers. Ultimately, Schopenhauer's philosophy suggests that true intelligence requires embracing solitude. The pursuit of wisdom is a lonely journey because few are willing to walk it. Society discourages deep thinking, rewarding instead those who comply with its illusions. Intelligent people must either dilute their thoughts to fit in or accept their isolation as the price of clarity. Schopenhauer himself lived a reclusive life, believing that solitude was the only way to preserve one's intellect in a world hostile to it. For deep thinkers, isolation is not a flaw but a necessity, the only environment where their minds can flourish without compromise.